Well, it was decades ago that I was challenged to look into the scriptures myself and see if what the announcer on the radio really was saying, what the preacher on the radio was claiming the scriptures said. And what he was saying was that we were in the very last days of the last days before the return of Jesus Christ. And I didn't really know anything about that. I didn't know if there was a Jesus Christ or what is a Jesus Christ. I had heard the name, but this preacher was going through the 24th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, and he was saying that uh, all of these things that were described in that chapter were taking place now, decades ago, and that we could only have a very few years left before the collapse of our society here and the return of Jesus Christ to rule the earth. Well, I thought that was very interesting, and that was one thing that got me into looking in there. And I must say, it was exciting to read it, and I encourage you to get a Bible and read it. And you'll see that you can look at it and it kind of fits in, but as I say, he said we were in the last of the last days, and that was decades ago. And the motto for the website that I am hoping to get going, BibleRookie.com, is Ecclesiastes 9 verse 4, a live dog is better than a dead lion. And he was certainly a lion. He was a dynamic, strong personality, but he's been dead now for years. And this live dog is still here. And if I can be instrumental in encouraging anybody out there watching to get to reading your Bible, then that will be a wonderful thing. For me now, I've had such a time with the Bible that, so many years, that there are a lot of things I take for granted, which I suspect are just like speaking a foreign language to you. But what I would say is you need to get a Bible and look into it, prayerfully look into it, and you'll have questions, and there'll be things that you wonder about, and then there'll be things that you won't like, things that maybe even upset you or make you mad. And what I'm saying is, what you can do is pray about those things and ask God to lead you forward with the scriptures, and then that's the way that understanding comes. And so one admonition I would have is that don't hurt anybody. Sometimes people will read the scriptures and they'll read that maybe this person over here, somebody who does such and such a thing should have something violent happen to them. Well, and that might be true in the context of that society there, but that doesn't mean that that's true in this society. And now, one of the differences in the religion of the Bible and certain other books, teachings, is that we're confident that God can fight his own battles. He doesn't need for us to get angry and go hurt somebody because they're not doing what the book says. The one that we really need to get after and deal with is ourselves. And so when you read it and you find that you're not in a line with the principles and the teachings, see what you can do about you and pray about that too. And so it's the most important book. Of course, you don't know that. You just know I'm telling you that. But it is the most important book you can be involved with, and the book that really has a future. Your involvement with the teachings and the information in the Bible will lead not only for the rest of your life, in this life, but will lead you into life forever, as you yield to it and as you follow the teachings. So pray about it and do it and see what happens.